Hey, what's up, guys? Miss seeing everybody. I'm Sam. Steve asked me to come in and do a communion meditation. And at first, I was kind of hesitant because, to be honest with you, throughout this time, with the virus and all this crazy stuff going on, let myself get stressed out and distracted about different things, whether it was at the beginning, we were really worried about what was going to go on. Was it going to be bad here? Was I going to be getting sick? Were my parents going to be getting sick? My dad's back home in Kansas with cancer, and worrying about him going out and doing stuff and getting sick. And so I let that really affect me at the beginning, and then I'm stressed out about what are the economic implications that are going to happen. With us being self-employed, are we going to be making money? But I mean, thank God we're on Amazon, eBay, and people are all sitting home and shopping online still. So we've been good, praise God. And we've had some very generous people bless us with different gifts and things. So, God's been taking care of us. But nonetheless, when Steve asked me, I was like, man, I don't feel like I've been spending the time with God that I should be. And I feel like I've been letting anxiety get a hold of me. And I haven't been trusting the way I should and the way that the Bible tells me I should. So I wasn't sure if I even wanted to talk, but then I kind of realized, I'm probably not the only one that's been feeling this way through all this. Because it's just uncertain, and it's weird, and we've never seen something like this, and you don't know who to believe, and you don't know if they're just trying to scare you, or you look at New York and it's really bad, and so it's just weird. It's, there's no doubt something's going on, but then you just don't know, what should I do, and how should my family be acting and reacting, and should I open my store, or should I not open my store? So the past few days, as I knew, I was like, well, I think I should say something, because with all the uncertainty, the one thing that we can be certain of is Jesus and what He did for us, and what God did by sending Him for us is the most thing that I would never lose my uncertainty in that, and that I should have been leaning on that this whole time and focusing on that instead of focusing on what I can do to get us through this, because there's nothing I can do anyway. So I just figured, maybe I could come up here and just tell you that we just got to lean on God. We got to put our trust in Him. This is crazy. It's out of our control. If the government's going to say we got to stay home, or you got to do this or that, there's just so many things that are out of our control. But the control that we do have is where we are with God, where we are with Jesus, how much time we're spending with Him, and that's something I've let myself neglect, and it makes me crazy. When I don't get that time with Him, I'm a whole other person. And a really funny thing happened right before I came here. We have a dog. He's like a year old. His name's Bowser. He's just this mud dog mixed with who knows what. And his best friend is named Walter, and he lives across the street. And Walter always gets out, and he'll come to our house. He's this little white dog, and they'll hang out for a few days. Walter won't go home. He just lives at our house. And then that's usually cool, but then sometimes in the middle of the night, Walter will start barking. He's waking up the neighbors. He's waking up everybody around and waking us up. So we told the neighbors that he lives where he lives, and said, hey, Walter can hang out during the day, but he can't be here at night. So now they've been keeping Walter home a lot more. And so they've been keeping Walter home. Bowser is a whole other dog because he doesn't have anybody to hang out with and blow off all his energy. And so he's super annoying. He's biting and trying to just won't let you pet it, or wants to make you pet him constantly because he doesn't have anybody to hang out with and play with. So it's totally changed his personality. And when I was getting ready to come here, I looked outside, and Bowser was inside. He was freaking out. And I looked outside, and Walter was at the back door. And I let him out so he'd go hang out with Walter. And they're playing and having fun. I go, Jackie, Walter's here. And she goes, and we both at the same time said, thank God. And it was this moment. And I was like, oh, that's kind of like me. I'm like Bowser. When I'm not with God, I'm not the person that God's made me to be. I'm not, because I'm not operating in Him. I'm operating out of my own strength. And so, it was kind of funny because Bowser's so much better when Walter's around. They hang out, and then by the end of the night, they've wrestled so much that he just goes to sleep, and we don't have to mess with them biting us and acting dumb. But anyway, guys, I just want to take the time, put your trust in God, put your certainty in the one thing we can be certain of, is that Jesus came, and God loved us so much to send Him that He died for our sins. And we remember that by the bread that represents His body broken for us, and the blood which is represented by the cup and the juice of the blood He spilled for us. And so, telling myself and I'm telling you guys, just focus on that. Focus on the goodness that we know that is Jesus. And I look forward to seeing you guys again. I love you guys. And if you need anything, let us know. Thanks.